Hold up! You absolutely won't believe what's happening with B5. The beloved boy band is finally stepping out of the shadows and spilling all the tea about Diddy. And trust me, it's not pretty at all. These talented brothers, who once had everything going for them, are now pointing fingers at the person they say completely derailed their promising career.
We were focused on, we were in studio. Well, anytime we saw him, it was in a work environment.
Yeah.
So,
because again, people aren't keeping in mind, or people should keep in mind, like when we was in Bad Boy, we were very young.
Diddy was in the news for his decision to return publishing rights to Bad Boy artists. Did B5 benefit from that?
That's a discussion.
We didn't hear anything. We didn't get no calls or nothing like that from that. But
with a camera, yeah. Puff, Diddy,
we
yeah. We want our publishing too.
Like seriously, can you believe it? B5 was literally living their best life. We're talking hit songs, major headlines, everything a rising boy band could dream of. But then came the plot twist in their story, crossing paths with Diddy. And honey, let me tell you, according to them, he wasn't exactly playing fairy godfather to their Cinderella story. Instead of launching them into superstardom, they claim he was more interested in finding ways to totally crush their dreams.
You guys leave Bad Boy to even become independent. Was it difficult?
I think now people can really relate to like the artists on Bad Boy now from everything that has come out. So like the struggles and like that you really go through with, because Bad Boy to me is a different label than any other label. Like it's very rare that the head guy, the exec, is also trying to be the #1 artist. We left Bad Boy in 2009.
Yeah.
Some people got it confused that we got dropped, but we actually ended up having to leave because our first album, once it came out, we toured off it for like 2 years. I mean, we had some fire records, bro, off the second album, and once we came out with Hydraulics with Bow Wow, in my bedroom, I think it was starting to chart. The label was like, bro, we're finna shut it down.
We want y'all to go back in the studio for
and
another
mind you,
year.
bro, like, no hate, because I love these guys. They're like, you know, OGs or legends, but we actually got pushed back because New Edition got signed to Bad Boy. That pushed our stuff back. When we finally came out with it, it was like, bro, we can't go back into the dark. After one record, it's gonna kill the momentum. We was like, man, I think we should just leave.
The fans are absolutely losing it over this revelation. One person totally hit the nail on the head when they wrote about how B5 should have been so much bigger than they were. And isn't it just fascinating how they pointed out that Mary J managed to escape and become the queen of hip-hop soul? That's what we call making it work, honey. But hold on to your seats, because here's where it gets really juicy. Brian dropped this absolute bombshell on Instagram in 2020. Can you actually believe they never saw a single penny from their album sales? Like, not one red cent. He wrote this heartbreaking post about how they made literally 99.9% of their money from live shows and merch. And get this, they tried reaching out to everyone for help. Lawyers, advisors, even TV networks. But nobody would touch their story with a 10-foot pole.
In the news for his decision to return publishing rights to Bad Boy artists. Did B5 benefit from that?
That's a discussion.
we didn't hear anything. We didn't get no calls or nothing like that from that. But
with a camera, yeah. Puff, Diddy,
yeah.
We want our publishing too.
And if you think that's shocking, just wait until you hear this tea. These poor boys were literally just kids when they signed those contracts. They had absolutely no idea what they were getting themselves into, and apparently Diddy knew exactly what he was doing. The manipulation of it all. But
At the time, we didn't understand the business of it, but you know, now it's like looking back, it's like, damn, like, you know, why our names wasn't on the credits? You know what I mean? Why? Where the percentages at? Where the pub at? You know what I mean?
Back then, you know, we were 13, 14, 15.
there was really no one to step in place and be like, yo, like, where's the split sheets at? Like,
here's the thing. These brave brothers don't even regret walking away from Bad Boy Records. Even though things didn't exactly go as planned after that, they feel like getting away from Diddy was honestly the best decision they could have ever made.
You regret leaving Bad Boy?
No, we just couldn't see eye to eye. You know what I mean? So we decided to split.
Now here's where the plot thickens. Mark Curry got his publishing rights back, but honey, he was not jumping for joy about it. He basically said, what's even the point now? The value is totally gone. He wanted $1 million in cash instead, so he could actually plan his future. But then, out of nowhere, Joe Budden had the absolute audacity to stick his nose in and actually mock the B5 boys for speaking their truth. Can you even believe the nerve of this man?
Hey, B5, y'all shut the up. Y'all ain't never getting no publishing back. Wait, what?
Wait, Bad Boy B5?
Yeah. See, blogs always promote B5 says they weren't a part of the publishing.
Oh, this
hey, Joe Budden said that B5 wasn't going to be a part of no, but man, damn, go ahead. B5. Stupid shit. B5, y'all might as well have told that to each other.
hey, yo, you got your pub?
Nah,
you got.
I ain't get mine either, yo. Yo, call that. Maybe he got his.
Oh, man. Hey, y'all deserve no publishing.
Yo. Come on, man.
Listen, the people that deserve some publishing got a little bit of it.
How many records
They got a little
B5 had?
I can't name one. Listen, if he was on MTV when Hall & Oates was out, we ain't gonna answer this one. I have no idea what B5 did.
Same. But our B5 boys weren't about to sit there and take that kind of shade. They clapped back with a video that basically told Joe to sit down and actually watch their interview before running his mouth like that.
You told me and my brother to shut up when you the one that needs to shut up, okay? You shut up, bro. You talking about something about our B5 don't deserve their publishing, don't deserve their royalties or whatever they're saying, but bro, if you watch the We in Miami podcast in its entirety, you will clearly see that we touched on that whole subject and everything. So, you know, once again, do some research before you start coming and talking ill on me and my brother's name.
And here's the gag. B5 wasn't even alone in this whole mess. Remember Mace? Poor thing was only 19 years old when he suddenly quit music to become a pastor in 1999. Everyone was literally scratching their heads, wondering what could have possibly driven him to make such a drastic decision.
The real reason why I decided to start rapping, I just wanted to better my life. I wanted to do something better for my life. Not all the time money is the best thing for your life. Like, I look at a lot of people that's rich, and I've seen a lot of women that's rich, and I'm yet to really see a happy, rich person, like deep down in their heart, really happy.
Fast forward to 2009, and things got super dramatic when Mace literally crashed one of Diddy's interviews, basically begging to be released from his bad boy contract. Like, how desperate must someone be to do something like that?
When I see the hurt and the pains of other people on Bad Boy, that motivates me to say something so I don't be deemed as a person.
But wait, it gets even messier. In 2020, Mace went completely off on Instagram after Diddy gave this fancy Grammy speech about supporting artists. He spilled all the piping hot tea about how Diddy bought his publishing rights for just $20,000, 24 years ago. Can you imagine being stuck in that kind of deal for that long?
Let's start with your mother. Your mother got the receipts. Everything is in your mother's name. That's the one who got the receipts. You need more proof? Biggie ain't here, so Big can't give you no receipts. He dead. Craig Mack can't give you receipts. He dead. What are you talking about? Who else? Black Rob can't give you receipts. He dead. And everybody else you made sign paperwork so they can't talk about what I'm talking about.
Now, here's where things get really interesting. When people asked B5 about all these allegations against Diddy, they played it super cool, saying they were totally shocked and knew nothing about any skeletons in his closet. But child, when they got asked about Usher and Justin Bieber, let's just say their silence spoke volumes.
How do you feel about everything that's transpired with your former boss? Are you surprised?
Yeah.
You are.
Growing up back in the day when we were around Bad Boy offices and around Puff all the time, like, we didn't see a lot of that crazy that they got going on now. You know, like all the stuff that they're doing, like we were focused on. We were in studio. Well, anytime we saw him, it was in a work environment.
Yeah.
So,
because again, people aren't keeping in mind, or people should keep in mind, like when we was in Bad Boy, we were very young. So even if that type of shit was going on, it's like we wouldn't know anyway. We were so young. You know what I mean?
Mother, Usher and Justin Bieber.
Were young. Yes, but I don't think they had. The thing is, we had our mom, our manager. We had guards.
Y'all look like his type now.
Yeah, but at the same time, we don't play either.
Right.
We don't play.
We were so open.
On tour, like mom would, have dudes like try to get at her, and we was all five. Hey, what you doing? You ain't going to my mom, bro. Get your whoop to do that. Like, so we don't play.
But honestly, nobody's buying their whole "we didn't know anything" act. And here's something that'll literally make your skin crawl. Remember that lawyer, Tony Busby, who promised to go after Diddy? He mentioned something about a 9-year-old victim. And guess how old Brian was when he first stepped into the spotlight? Just 10 years old. Let that sink in for a minute.
Individual who was 9 years old at the time was taken to a audition in New York City with Bad Boy Records. Other boys were there to audition as well. All of them were trying to land a record deal. All of them were minors. This individual was allegedly by Sean Combs and several other people at the studio in the promise to both his parents and to him himself of getting a record.
And now everyone's looking at making the band in a completely different light. What we all thought was just another reality TV show might have actually been something way more sinister. Former contestants are finally finding the courage to speak up about what really went down behind those cameras.
Buy every house on your block. Shut every light off on that bitch, and when you come out, every time you come out, that bitch will get popped. So when another nigga tell you some shit like that, you like, get your animated ass out of here, goofy ass. You feel what I'm saying? When he tell you like that, you go to picture him purchasing every house. You go to picturing every light on the block going on. And that silenced me. And for you to make that, people ask why I left the band. Like, that's why I left the band. Like, that's why I didn't do Dave Chappelle.
Y'all can't even listen to direction. Y'all can't even do y'all don't want to do. So you think that you gonna be in the music industry and be doing everything you want to do? You gonna get up when you want to get up, work as many hours? No, you're gonna have to do a bunch of shit you don't want to do.
I'm proud to, sign y'all to the Bad Boy family. You ain't signing your life away, but you are signing into a contract. It's like a marriage, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you want to do this. Make sure you have read the fine print.
It's really... But buckle up because it gets even worse. Freddie P from Da Band just revealed he left because Diddy actually threatened his life. And Aubrey O'Day from Danity Kane? Girl, she's been trying to warn us about Diddy for years.
That was very traumatic. I don't think any of us have healed from that. Diddy would be like, you're not hot anymore. Like, what happened? You don't have anything, like, you don't have any curves. You're looking like you're not looking like, I can't get people to think that you're my good looking person.
Speaking of Aubrey, when Diddy made this big show about giving back publishing rights, she saw right through all that smoke and mirrors. Turns out artists had to sign these crazy NDAs promising never to say anything bad about Diddy or his people. But honey, that's not even the worst part.
He said, I'ma drug them out. I'ma get them all on drugs. And I'ma pimp their ass out to my...
And if that... Just when you think you've heard it all, Freddie P drops another bombshell that'll make your jaw hit the floor.
To be at your highest peak and have it snatched away from you because you don't want to kiss that. And man, we all black people, man. Black people continue to step on each other and hold each other down. And that's for people mental.
Let me take you back to Making the Band. You know, that show that completely changed the game in reality TV. Every season focused on a different group, giving us acts like O-Town, Da Band, Danity Kane, Day 26, and Donnie Klang. And except for O-Town, guess who was running the whole show like his personal playground? Yep, Diddy.
This is what's up. You can live here, you can record here, you can be Bad Boy artists here. But if you want to do it, first y'all gotta walk to Queens and get me a sugar cookie.
Sugar cookie, man. This is crazy.
Bad Boy. I want you to turn Daddy out of here, but I need you to be a family unit and love each other. This will never work. Go out there and get Daddy in here. I'm gonna take a nap.
In real life, it was actually pretty cruel. These poor kids had to walk all the way from Manhattan to Brooklyn across that huge bridge while rapping Biggie's Juicy. And when they finally got back with the cheesecake, Diddy had already left. Talk about adding insult to injury. Freddie P knew from day one something wasn't right. He even predicted he'd end up clashing with Diddy eventually. And honey, was he ever right? Now he's finally telling us what really went down, and it's absolutely chilling. He says Diddy didn't just threaten him, he told him he could make him disappear. According to Freddie, Diddy said he could buy every single house on Freddie's block, shut off all the lights, and have him shot every time he stepped outside. And Freddie knew this wasn't just tough talk. He'd seen enough around Diddy to know these threats were dead serious. That's exactly why he left Da Band and never looked back. The saddest part of this whole mess? All these young, talented people trusted Diddy to help make their dreams come true. Instead, they say he crushed those dreams and left them traumatized. And now everyone's wondering, what other dark secrets from making the band are still waiting to come out? What do you think about all this tea? Did you watch Making the Band back in the day? Looking back now, were there warning signs we all missed? Drop your thoughts below and don't forget to stay tuned for what's coming next. Trust me, this story is far from over. You are watching Sophie Scoop. Goodbye.